Hi, my name is JJ Garcia, and my partner here is Eiter, and today we'll be going through Tutorial 5, which is Code First Migrations and Deployment with the Entity Framework in ASP.NET MVC application. And first things first, we're going to go down to our web.config file, and we are going to comment out our contexts right here. And then second, we will go back up here to our connection string, and we will rename this just something different. Okay, and then now we will go to Tools, Nugget Package Manager Console, and we will enable migrations.
What this is going to allow you to do is to run your seed method on your database when you upload it to Azure. That way your database on Azure is not going to be completely empty.
Now let's add a migration, which you can call anything you want. Use it as a descriptor. Alright. And now, as you can see over here, we have a migrations folder, a migration with a timestamp, and a configurations.cs file. So in here, we're going to take this code provided to us by the tutorial,
Kind of a long piece of code. We want to copy that and we want to paste it into the configuration.cs. I just copied that. Alright. And we've encountered an issue a couple of times, so we're actually going to change this value from false to true. This is going to allow automatic migrations, which sometimes can cause an issue.
Okay. And next, we just want to build the project.
Copy this code.
And then now we will go into our...
Because we've done this tutorial before, when we created the init migration, it didn't add the code to the actual migration file, so we're going to copy that too. Okay. So that's in the init file. So our timestamped file, top one. And then we only want to replace the class. Not. Okay, you have to add those two back in. Okay. Yeah. Maybe one. Okay. And if we build that, it should be okay. What? Did I miss something?
Well, we named it something different.
Named what? Oh. Good
So
call.
make sure if you name it something different that you call it that.
Yep. Okay. So build that. Make sure it's okay. If you didn't know, there's a keyboard shortcut, Control-Shift-B to build. Alright. The next thing we want to do is update the database using the Package Manager console. Have we opened that yet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if you've opened it already, it should be down here right next to the output console. So update database. Go. We'll run a little method here. Okay. So we're actually going to try naming this initial create again. That shouldn't matter. Whatever. Nope. Not gonna do that. Yeah, but that's not what you want to see when you build it. So initial create. I'm going to try and run this one more time before we try something different. Okay, so what we're going to do is change the database here. So we're just going to name this test in the connection string in your web config file. Update that one more time. And now we're good. Okay. So the next thing we want to do is deploy this to Azure. So to do that, the tutorial has you go to Azure and create a website and create a database, but that's really kind of annoying and sometimes doesn't even work. So the easier way to do it is to just right click on your solution and publish and go through the wizard that Visual Studio gives you. So if you haven't done it before, it automatically gives you to the profile and makes you sign in to Azure. I'm already signed in, so that would be a step that you would have to do if you haven't done it yet. So you can. I'm just going to create a new website. I'm going to name it tutorial 5, and then I'm going to give it another name so that it's not already taken. If you haven't had a database yet, then that's fine. You can just create a new one. But I already have a server up and running. So this one, it'll also prompt. Here, I'll just show you. If you create a new one, then it'll prompt you for a name. So you can do this and then create some sort of password. Yep. Create. And something. Something on here. There we go. Make sure you confirm your password correctly. Let that run. Okay, so I actually can't create a new server because I have too many. So I'm going to put it on another server that I've already created. But that would be how you make a server if you need to. Let this run. Okay. No, I don't care about the old one. So we want to do a web deploy, and basically you want to leave all this the same. You can validate connection. It's just going to make sure that it can connect to Azure, and everything's working okay so far. Give it a nice green check mark. Click next. This is where you want to make sure that you have the right database, which is generally going to be your site name _db. So that's good. We do want to use that connection string, and we want to execute our code first migrations when the application first starts. So we click next. You can click start preview. Basically that's all it's going to do is show you the list of files it's going to publish. But if you just click publish, it's going to just build the application and start spitting files up to Azure. Let that run. Okay, once it's done, it spits you back to a browser. Okay, and then when you click on one of these, when you click on the Students tab, it's going to load your
seeded database.
Yeah, your seeded database. It's gonna load your migration, and that was the whole part of the at startup run this thing. So now we have our database and website uploaded to Azure, and we can see that it's working. All of our previous tutorials are good to go. We can create a new one. And I think that was something I made extra of it. Status. So I'm just going to leave it blank. And we see that it adds them. And so we are all good to go. And that's how you upload your project to Azure using Code First Migrations.